So Norfolk police were once forced to apologise for blacking up two officers as part of a TV crime reconstruction. Yes, they were, that's true.
Yes, indeed. 20 years ago, in fact, Norfolk police apologised after dressing two white detectives in afro wigs and then blacking their faces to enable them to impersonate two jewel thieves for a TV crime reconstruction. The force had no black officers at the time, in case you were wondering. In the final part of this morning's show, Kym, Terry, Yasmin and you lot are going to give us your views on whiting up, which I never heard of until yesterday. And we're asking if it's as offensive for black actors to white up their faces as many feel it is for white actors to black up theirs. 0207 173 5555 is the number if you've got something to say on this. Death and the King's Horseman is a new play, or a newish play, I should say, which opens at the National tonight. It's set in Nigeria in 1943 when the country was under British rule. It has an all-black cast, some of whom whiten up in order to play their colonial rulers. The play's director, Rufus Norris, claims he's simply staying true to how the drama would be if it was staged in Nigeria. I don't argue with him. Although, when Manchester's Royal Exchange staged a production of it back in 1990, white actors played the colonial rulers. Now, there's been heaps and heaps of controversy over white folk blacking up. Way back to 1978, the black and white minstrel show, a BBC stalwart for 21 years, was cancelled by Auntie after complaints that it was racist. More recently, Rotherham Council banned actors from a local operatic society from blacking up for the musical South Pacific. A couple of years ago, a Cumbrian amateur dramatics group had to cancel their production of Showboat for the same reason. Political correctness, you should remember this, even got the better of a musical about the life of American entertainer Al Jolson earlier this year. They banned the Al character from blacking up, even though Jolson himself not only blacked up, which is an historical fact, but was also a key figure in breaking down racial barriers in American theatre. I mean, talk about doing history a disservice with our political correctness. Anyway, if white actors are banned, or at the very least frowned upon for blacking up, what do we make of black actors whitening up, Yasmin?
I don't know.
That's a fair point, because I don't either.
No, I think one of the things is there isn't an equivalence, because there's a whole history behind the blacking up. And even the Al Johnson thing, it wasn't just that he blacked up, but he made a face of a gollywog on his face, the big white lips, and you know, it was... And that's one of the problems with the gollywog. It isn't that it's a black doll.
He was instrumental in bringing black people to the stage.
Sorry?
So Al Jolson was instrumental in bringing black people to the
Some
stage.
Good things
so
come out of things
he wasn't racist.
No,
he wasn't intending to be racist.
I never used the word racist.
No, but
I'm saying there was a racial stereotype that he made on his face about the exaggerated gollywog face. It wasn't just that. I mean, you see, with Laurence Olivier, when he blacked up to play Othello, it wasn't the same thing. He was playing a genuine character. And I actually had fewer problems with that, except that a black actor could have played that role better.
Well, it's very interesting with Othello, because nowadays most productions that I'm aware of have black actors playing Othello. I can't remember the last one, but they did do one with Patrick Stewart, where he was a white Othello, but everybody else in the production was black.
And you can play with it. I think on stage you can play with it. One thing that bothers me is the National Theatre at the moment seems to be hell-bent on controversy.
Yeah.
And we've had that with England people very nice, very nice, or whatever it would go.
Let's remember Romans in Britain, whatever it was, 20 years ago, 25 years ago. That was fairly controversial.
And they say that this is how it's like a mask. It's the equivalent of a mask, part of the Nigerian tradition. But if there are people who say it is wrong, I'm not going to say to them you're wrong to think that. Because we have made a very strong case against, we people on the other side, anti-racists, have made a very strong case against blacking up.
Just so I'm clear, would you rather white actors were playing the part of white colonials?
I think that would have been a better thing to do.
Interesting. Interesting. Yeah. What do you think, Kym?
I don't know. You know, I haven't had generations before me, my ancestors and my relatives being victimised, you know, for being a minority. So... I don't know. It's not my place to say it's right or wrong. I personally would not be offended in any way, shape or form if a person with dark skin whited their skin up.
If you were asked to black up as an actress, would you have a problem with that?
I don't see why they wouldn't you know, get somebody who had naturally dark skin. I don't understand.
Well, if acting...
If it was necessary.
Well, let's be honest, right?
Yeah.
So if men can play women and women can play men, right, it's acting. We become something we are not.
Yeah.
Why can't someone white become someone black?
But I don't understand. I just think maybe it's about the character rather than the colour of their skin. You know, does it really matter?
Actors assume the personality and the character of someone who is not themselves.
Yeah.
The idea... I suppose it's adding the makeup, isn't it, I suppose?
It's all about makeup.
I mean, there are black actors now at the Royal Shakespeare Company playing English kings, and fantastic.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's
Why
good.
doesn't
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But the blacking up faces were the problem.
Yeah.
The way they were blacked up.
I think for this play, it's from the... it's, well, more than Nigerian. It's a Yoruba play, isn't it? So it's from their perspective. And they use kind of masks in a lot of their sort of...
It's a mask,
you know, a lot of their traditional dances and stuff like that. So the idea that you white up, then maybe you are seeing something, a slightly different perspective there. I don't find it offensive. The black and white minstrel show, when I was a kid, because, you know, the area I grew up with, you know, I had mates, you know, a lot of them with Jamaican descent and that, and you just thought, well, that doesn't even look like a black person. Also, what's the point? You know,
when I
what is
look
the
at the
point
photo
of that?
now,
I mean,
it does seem like we lived on another planet at the time.
I couldn't believe that programme carried on as long as it did.
No.
Because it was beyond a joke to me, when I was, you know, because you
Okay,
felt a bit
okay.
squirmy with it.
Time is short. I feel that actors should be allowed to do what they like, because that's what acting is about. So I feel quite passionately, particularly on the Al Jolson story, that the character of Al Jolson in that musical should have been allowed to black up. Therefore, I have no objection, I think, to black actors whiting up. Why should I? They're acting. Let's hear what you have to say. Amy.
Let's go to Christiana then on line 2.
Christiana, good morning.
Hiya, good morning, everyone.
Hi there, morning. So what do we think?
Basically, my view is I don't mind either way, as long as you're courteous to the acts of what you're doing, as long as it's not racist in any other way. Like, I love the film of Tropic Thunder with Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
He actually looked like a black person. I didn't realise he was one until someone told me that was Robert Downey Jr. I think you need to, I mean, the way they do it has to be, you know, portrayed really nicely, in a sense. And most people don't realise that black people in real life do whiten up by bleaching their skin, which is very bad for it. But they do.
You know, that's one that comes to mind straight away. Michael Jackson. So if it's all right for him... Oh, no, he's got a skin disease. I keep forgetting. Yes. OK, Christiana, thank you for that. Let's have another.
We've got Michael then on line 1.
Oh, Michael, good morning.
Yeah, hi, Matthew. How you doing, mate?
Not that Michael. Good. OK. What do we think? You got a problem with whiting up, blacking up?
Hello?
Hello. Yeah, you got a problem with black actors whitening up?
No, because when black actors whiten up, there's no historical content there. When you look at the history of white actors blacking up, it didn't start with Al Johnson, first of all.
Yeah, no.
It started way before him,
absolutely.
and it was out of mockery, not out of reverence or respect of black people. And so when you look at the whole history
that though, Michael, is in the past. And if we dwell in the past, right, we'll be there for perhaps too long. Right now, why can't a white actor black up if it's done, as our previous caller said, Christiana, in a sympathetic, non-racist way? Would you have a problem with that?
When you say dwelling on the past, I mean, I personally, would say, and I agree with that to an extent, because we shouldn't use the past as an excuse not to move forward, but we can't forget the past.
Absolutely.
Yeah? So I'm not dwelling on the past, I'm just not forgetting it,
OK.
Anyway...
Michael, it's a fair point, well made. I'm with you, I really am. Unfortunately, that, though, is all you're going to get from us this morning. We're out of time. Many thanks for all your calls, as usual. I can't thank you enough. You make the show. 3 cheers, though, to Kym here for joining us this morning. Give our love to everyone in Ramsey Street as well. Bless you. Yasmin and Terry, we'll see you again tomorrow. Come on, one more time for our panel. Do you not need another tissue? Now, tomorrow, Claire Sweeney's joining us on the panel for some more debate, while coloured therapist Andy Hudson back on the sofa to take more of your calls. 9:15 tomorrow. 9:15 tomorrow. Do join us then. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.